Welcome back to another English shadowing practice. Today, we're going to practice something you do every single day. You make decisions. Sometimes the decision is simple. You decide what to eat. You decide what to wear. You decide where to go. But sometimes, making a decision isn't easy. You have two options. You don't know which one is better. You need more time to think. You ask someone for advice. You compare your options. And finally, you make a choice. In today's lesson, we're going to learn how to talk about all of these situations naturally in English. You'll practice useful expressions for saying that you're unsure, comparing different choices, asking for advice, giving your opinion, explaining your reasons, changing your mind, and finally making a decision. Don't try to memorize every sentence. Listen carefully and repeat each sentence out loud. Focus on the rhythm, pronunciation, and natural flow. The goal is to make these expressions easier for your brain to access when you actually need them. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's start. Part 1. When you're not sure. I'm not sure what to choose. I'm not sure what to choose. I don't know which one is better. I don't know which one is better. I'm having trouble deciding. I'm having trouble deciding. I can't decide. I can't decide. I can't make up my mind. I can't make up my mind. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it. I need some time to think. I need some time to think. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. I'm not ready to decide yet. I'm not ready to decide yet. I'm still considering my options. I'm still considering my options. I have two choices. I have two choices. Both options look good. Both options look good. They're both interesting. They're both interesting. I don't know which one to pick. I don't know which one to pick. It's a difficult decision. It's a difficult decision. This isn't an easy choice. This isn't an easy choice. I'm really torn between the two. I'm really torn between the two. I honestly don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do. Part 2. Comparing two options. This one is cheaper. This one is cheaper. That one is more expensive. That one is more expensive. This option is more practical. This option is more practical. That option looks more comfortable. That option looks more comfortable. The first one is easier. The first one is easier. The second one is more convenient. The second one is more convenient. This one has better reviews. This one has better reviews. That one has more features. That one has more features. The first option is faster. The first option is faster. The second option is more reliable. The second option is more reliable. This one is closer to my home. This one is closer to my home. That one is farther away. That one is farther away. The first one is more affordable. The first one is more affordable. The second one is better quality. The second one is better quality. This option seems safer. This option seems safer. That option seems more exciting. That option seems more exciting. They're both good, but they're different. They're both good, but they're different. Each option has its advantages. Each option has its advantages. Each option has its disadvantages. Each option has its disadvantages. I need to compare them before I decide. I need to compare them before I decide. Part 3. Talking about pros and cons. There are a few advantages to this option. There are a few advantages to this option. One advantage is the price. One advantage is the price. Another advantage is the location. Another advantage is the location. The biggest advantage is that it's convenient. The biggest advantage is that it's convenient. There are also some disadvantages. There are also some disadvantages. The main disadvantage is the cost. The main disadvantage is the cost. It's more expensive, but it's better quality. It's more expensive, but it's better quality. It's cheaper, but it doesn't have as many features. It's cheaper, but it doesn't have as many features. The good thing is that it's close. The good thing is that it's close. The bad thing is that it's usually crowded. The bad thing is that it's usually crowded. One option is more convenient. One option is more convenient. The other option gives me more freedom. The other option gives me more freedom. There are pros and cons to both choices. There are pros and cons to both choices. I need to think about the advantages and disadvantages. I need to think about the advantages and disadvantages. The benefits are clear, but there are also some risks. The benefits are clear, but there are also some risks. Part 4. Asking for advice. What do you think? What do you think? What would you choose? What would you choose? Which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? What would you do if you were me? What would you do if you were me? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this is a good idea? Which option do you prefer? Which option do you prefer? Would you choose this one or that one? Would you choose this one or that one? Can I ask you for some advice? Can I ask you for some advice? I need your opinion. I need your opinion. I'd like to hear your opinion. I'd like to hear your opinion. What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? Do you think I should take it? Do you think I should take it? Should I wait? Should I wait? Should I go for it? Should I go for it? Would you do the same thing? Would you do the same thing? What would you recommend? What would you recommend? Part 5. Giving your opinion. If I were you, I'd choose the first one. If I were you, I'd choose the first one. Personally, I'd go with the second option. Personally, I'd go with the second option. I think the first one is better. I think the first one is better. I would probably choose this one. I would probably choose this one. I think it's a better choice. I think it's a better choice. In my opinion, this one makes more sense. In my opinion, this one makes more sense. I think you should wait. I think you should wait. I'd probably wait a little longer. I'd probably wait a little longer. I don't think you should rush. I don't think you should rush. I'd go for it. I'd go for it. I wouldn't choose that one. I wouldn't choose that one. I think there are better options. I think there are better options. It really depends on what you need. It really depends on what you need. It depends on your budget. It depends on your budget. It depends on how important it is to you. It depends on how important it is to you. If you don't mind spending more, I'd choose this one. If you don't mind spending more, I'd choose this one. If money is important, I'd go with a cheaper option. If money is important, I'd go with a cheaper option. Part 6. Making a decision while shopping. I need to buy a new phone. I need to buy a new phone. I'm trying to decide which one to get. I'm trying to decide which one to get. There's so many options. There's so many options. I'm comparing these two models. I'm comparing these two models. This one is cheaper. This one is cheaper. But this one has a better camera. But this one has a better camera. I like the design of this one. I like the design of this one. But I'm not sure about the price. But I'm not sure about the price. This one is within my budget. This one is within my budget. The other one is a little too expensive. The other one is a little too expensive. I think the cheaper one makes more sense. I think the cheaper one makes more sense. Actually, I'm going to wait. Actually, I'm going to wait. Maybe I can find a better deal. Maybe I can find a better deal. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. I don't want to buy something I don't really need. I don't want to buy something I don't really need. I'll look at a few more options first. I'll look at a few more options first. Okay, I've made my decision. Okay, I've made my decision. I'm going with this one. I'm going with this one. Part 7. Deciding what to eat. What should we have for dinner? What should we have for dinner? I can't decide. I can't decide. Do you want to eat at home or go out? Do you want to eat at home or go out? I'm fine with either option. I'm fine with either option. How about pizza? How about pizza? We had pizza yesterday. We had pizza yesterday. That's true. That's true. What about burgers? What about burgers? I'm not really in the mood for burgers. I'm not really in the mood for burgers. Do you want something healthy? Do you want something healthy? Sure. Sure. How about that new restaurant? How about that new restaurant? I've heard good things about it. I've heard good things about it. Let's check the menu first. Let's check the menu first. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I think we should try it. I think we should try it. Okay, you've convinced me. Okay, you've convinced me. Let's go there. Let's go there. Part 8. Making travel decisions. I'm trying to decide where to go on vacation. I'm trying to decide where to go on vacation. I have 2 destinations in mind. I have 2 destinations in mind. One is cheaper, but the other looks more interesting. One is cheaper, but the other looks more interesting. The cheaper option is closer. The cheaper option is closer. But the other place has better weather. But the other place has better weather. How long would the trip be? How long would the trip be? It would take about 5 hours. It would take about 5 hours. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. What about the hotel? What about the hotel? The hotel is more expensive in the second city. The hotel is more expensive in the second city. But it's in a better location. But it's in a better location. I think location is important. I think location is important. You're right. You're right. Maybe we should choose the first city. Maybe we should choose the first city. It's more affordable. It's more affordable. Let's compare the flights before we decide. Let's compare the flights before we decide. Good idea. Good idea. I don't want to make a decision too quickly. I don't want to make a decision too quickly. Let's think about it tonight. Let's think about it tonight. We can book everything tomorrow. We can book everything tomorrow. Part 9. Decisions about work and study. I'm thinking about changing jobs. I'm thinking about changing jobs. Why? I don't feel very happy in my current job. I don't feel very happy in my current job. Do you have another option? Do you have another option? Yes. I have an offer from another company. Yes. I have an offer from another company. Is it better? Is it better? The salary is higher, but the hours are longer. The salary is higher, but the hours are longer. That's a difficult choice. That's a difficult choice. Exactly. Exactly. I'm not sure what matters more to me. I'm not sure what matters more to me. Have you thought about the long-term benefits? Have you thought about the long-term benefits? Not really. Maybe I should think about that. Maybe I should think about that. I don't want to make a decision based only on money. I don't want to make a decision based only on money. That's probably a good idea. That's probably a good idea. I need to consider the whole situation. I need to consider the whole situation. I think I'll talk to them before I decide. I think I'll talk to them before I decide. That sounds reasonable. That sounds reasonable. Part 10. Changing your mind. I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. Actually, I don't think that's the best option. Actually, I don't think that's the best option. I was going to choose the first one. I was going to choose the first one. But now I'm thinking about the second one. But now I'm thinking about the second one. I changed my mind after I heard the new information. I changed my mind after I heard the new information. At first, I wanted to go. At first, I wanted to go. But now I'd rather stay home. But now I'd rather stay home. I wasn't sure before, but now I know what I want. I wasn't sure before, but now I know what I want. I've thought about it carefully. I've thought about it carefully. The more I think about it, the more I like the other option. The more I think about it, the more I like the other option. I think I've made the wrong choice. I think I've made the wrong choice. Maybe I should reconsider. Maybe I should reconsider. Let me think about it one more time. Let me think about it one more time. I've decided to wait. I've decided to wait. I've decided not to do it. I've decided not to do it. I've decided to give it a try. I've decided to give it a try. I've made up my mind. I've made up my mind. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Part 11. Making the final decision. Okay, I've made my decision. Okay, I've made my decision. I've thought about everything. I've thought about everything. I've compared both options. I've compared both options. I've considered the advantages and disadvantages. I've considered the advantages and disadvantages. I've asked for some advice. I've asked for some advice. Now I know what I want. Now I know what I want. I'm going with the first option. I'm going with the first option. I think it's the best choice for me. I think it's the best choice for me. It isn't perfect, but it's the most practical option. It isn't perfect, but it's the most practical option. I'm happy with my decision. I'm happy with my decision. I think I made the right choice. I think I made the right choice. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I've made up my mind. There's no reason to wait anymore. There's no reason to wait anymore. Let's go for it. Part 12. Natural Conversations. Conversation 1. Do you want to go out tonight? Maybe. I'm not sure. Why not? I'm pretty tired. But I also don't want to stay home. How about going somewhere quiet? That sounds good. There's a new cafe near here. Really? What is it like? It's small and cozy. Okay, let's try it. Conversation 2. Which laptop are you going to buy? I'm not sure yet. What are your options? I'm choosing between these two. What's the difference? This one is cheaper, but the other one is more powerful. Which one do you prefer? I prefer the second one, but it's more expensive. Then I'd go with the second one. Yeah, I think you're right. Conversation 3. Are you going to take the new job? I'm still thinking about it. What's stopping you? The salary is good, but the commute is really long. What about your current job? It's closer, but there aren't many opportunities to grow. That's a tough decision. Exactly. I need some time to think. Take your time. You don't have to decide today. Thanks. That's what I'm going to do. Part 13. Long shadowing practice. Now, let's put everything together. I have an important decision to make, and I'm not sure what to choose. I have two options, and both of them have advantages and disadvantages. The first option is cheaper and more convenient, but it doesn't offer as many opportunities. The second option is more expensive, but it could be better for me in the long run. I've been thinking about both options for several days. I've also asked a few people for advice. Some of them think I should choose the first option. Others think the second option is better. Personally, I think both choices are reasonable. I just need to decide what is most important to me. I don't want to make a decision too quickly. At the same time, I don't want to keep thinking about it forever. Sometimes you have to make a decision and accept that no option is perfect. After thinking about everything carefully, I finally made up my mind. I'm going with the second option. It's not the easiest choice, but I think it's the right one for me. I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. If things don't work out, I can always reconsider my options. For now, I'm happy with my decision. Final challenge. Now it's your turn. Imagine someone asks you, how do you usually make important decisions? Answer naturally. You can say, I usually take some time to think. First, I look at all my options. Then, I compare the advantages and disadvantages. If I'm still unsure, I ask someone I trust for advice. I try not to make important decisions when I'm stressed or tired. I think about what is most important to me. Then I choose the option that makes the most sense. Sometimes I change my mind after learning something new. And that's okay. I don't think every decision has to be perfect. The important thing is to learn from your choices and move forward. You've just completed another English shadowing session. Today, you practiced how to talk about making decisions in English. You learned how to say that you're unsure. You learned how to compare options. You learned how to talk about advantages and disadvantages. You practiced asking for advice and giving your opinion. And most importantly, you practiced how to explain your decision naturally. Don't worry if you couldn't repeat every sentence perfectly. Shadowing is a skill that improves with repetition. Come back and practice these sentences again. The more you repeat them, the more natural they will feel. And one day, instead of thinking about how to say something in English, you'll simply say it. Keep practicing. Keep speaking. And keep making progress. See you in the next shadowing session.